Hi guys, welcome to my 31 day challenge. Today is day number 28. Thank you for returning if you've been here before, and if you're here for the first time, welcome aboard. This is my 31 day challenge where I have to do a 10-minute video every day and upload it to YouTube without fail, to help me improve on my consistency, discipline, and help me become more comfortable and be a better orator. Today is day number 29 and it's been going well, but I'm in work. Yeah. I was supposed to be off until the 31st, but there was a mix-up and communication breakdown, so yeah, I'm back in, unfortunately. But I've said I'm not gonna let that stop me, so I'm recording in the office. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a bit uncomfortable because it's just weird, innit? Like being in work as well. But yeah, yes, it's actually funny, right? Because yesterday I didn't get to finish my topics. I had 2 more topics yesterday, and the third topic was follow your heart or your head. Follow your heart. Wow. Follow your heart or your head. And then the 5th topic was actually knowing where you're going versus knowing who you are and where you're going. Knowing who you are and where you're going to avoid disappointment. And then the second half of that actually says that when things don't go to plan, it's okay. So it's befitting for today, considering this is not to plan. You know, I have big plans for today. I was gonna go to the Tate Museum, take some nice pictures, put on a suit or something, but it's okay. We move, yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for coming back anyway. So we'll go into topic number, I think I'll switch those topics around. And I'll start with know who you are and where you're going to avoid disappointment. So with that, I mean the sense of like, I think we all have this image of who we want to be, and we all have like a perception of ourselves that we try to emulate and we try to match and we try to, you know, portray to other people. And I think it's just really important to kind of be aware of where you actually are. So like maybe I want to be able to run 2K, but I've never ran a marathon before. So I'm someone who's never ran, but the will's there. I want to do it. I believe I can do it, but it doesn't mean I can. So maybe my limit is 1K, but I want to do 2K and I want to be someone who can do 2K. So I put that energy out. But I feel like it's really important at the same time to be aware that you haven't reached that point, so that you don't start to be disappointed when you take on more than you can handle. So that's kind of that message for like, or for me anyway, it means a lot to me, because I feel like a lot of times I get ahead of myself and I'm like, okay, so I'm a fast learner, I adapt quickly and I'm good on my feet. So if I don't learn something in the first 5 minutes, I start to get really frustrated at myself and I'm like, why can't I get this right? Like, it's just like, what's wrong with me sort of thing. But in general, it's just that I want to be good at it and I expect to be good at it. And I put myself out as someone who's going to be good at it. So if I'm not good at it, it disappoints me sometimes when I don't stop to really reflect, like, okay, wait, you're still new at this, you're still learning, you still have to give yourself a chance to really come along and understand things to a better level. So, you know, don't be too harsh on yourself. Also, another thing is cutting corners. Like, I expect to look at something for 2. Like, when I get instructions, right? Like, when I get an instruction manual, I'll look at the manual for about 2, I'll scan it, like, okay, cool, boom, don't want to look at it again. If I look at it again, I feel like I failed. Because I'm like, yeah, I should get it quickly, because, you know, that's how it's always been. But that's what I mean, like, I'll end up being disappointed if I have to look at it again. But realistically, like, there's no shame in that, and the instructions are there for a reason. So even if it's like back to that running example, there's no shame in not being able to do the further distance that you want to do. There's reasons people learn and gradually increase these things. So that's my take on that, you know. So maybe you have little siblings or something like me, and you want to be so much for them. So every time you might fail, you feel like you've let them down, you'll be really, really hard on yourself. But you know what, like I said, there's no problems with learning and taking every kind of negative situation and trying to see what positive you can take from it. In that situation for me, like I said, anytime I feel like I've let my family down or I've not been able to be what I wanted to be, it's important for me to, on one hand, like give myself that benefit of doubt to say, you know what, you still have to get there. But on the other hand, like reflect and learn what is it that stopped me from being there, you know? So that's kind of my thing, is know who you are and where you're going, you know? Don't just think I'm this because I want to be this. No, like, okay, I'm here and I'm going here and this is how far I'm on the journey. So this might be hard for me, but I can still try it, you know what I mean? So yeah, if you know who you are and where you're going, I feel like it avoids a lot of disappointment, you know? You won't like judge yourself too harshly in the moment because you kind of have thought about those things. So yeah, that was my second topic yesterday. My first topic, right, was more of a question, to be fair, and it was just like kind of to stir thought in you guys watching this, right? So like, I always ask myself, like, follow your heart versus follow your head. And I think it's really easy on the surface level, like black and white, when it's something that's obvious. But like, I feel like as you climb higher in like life, and as you're doing better in whatever you're doing, I feel like the question becomes harder. Like, there comes a choice between, it's like, for you to excel to the next level of your career, you almost have to pick your head over your heart. Like, there's certain job roles that suit people who are more headstrong than willing to follow like their feelings. So it's like, you know, along that journey, where do you kind of place the value of each and how do you measure it? Personally, if I'm asking myself, I think it's a hard one where you need, I think for me, actually, I had someone I look up to gave me some good advice, well, some advice that I've held close to my heart anyway, which was that, you know, as you progress through life, you need to have your pillars, things that you stand for, that you won't change and you won't waver on. And those are the things that kind of make you you. So, you know, as long as you don't lose yourself in the search for something else, or in the search to make it, or in the search for success or security or whatever it is you're looking for, I feel like it's really important to have those pillars. And then, you know, you can kind of, it's easier to navigate difficult situations when you know what you stand for, you know? So that's kind of my only real perspective on it. But I'm curious to know what other people think. So if you can message me or just let me know, like, how do you deal with that aspect of choosing your heart or your head? And also, the more I've seen so many like depictions of, the more you try and change the system, the more you become part of the system. So by the time you're in a position to really make a difference, it doesn't help you to make a difference anymore. So it's just interesting things. I'll dive into that more. I feel like I've just kind of just thrown that in the end, but I'll dive into that more another time. Tomorrow, actually, I'll talk about that more tomorrow. The third thing I want to talk to today was about talents, right? And people being talented. So like, everyone has their own personal gifts and their own talents and stuff. But oh yeah, so I am in work, so if you see me looking around, it's because like I'm just making sure everything's all right. But yeah, talents, which was about different people have different talents, and I feel like the older I've got, the more I feel like, in a way, talents don't belong to the individuals themselves. So maybe you're a great musician and that's your talent, right? In my head, I feel like, isn't that talent that you've been given or that you've been blessed with, doesn't that belong to the world? Like, if you're not fulfilling your talent, are you not depriving the world from, like, you know, what you've been given to give to the world? Like, are you not just sort of like the lucky vessel that gets to give it to the world? And if you don't, we never get it. And so you're kind of doing a disservice to yourself as well as the world. That's how I feel anyway. I've started to look at it. Like, of course, you have your duty to yourself in life, which is to fulfill yourself and make yourself happy and, you know, enjoy your life and learn as much as you can and grow as much as you can. But at the same time, I feel like you have your duty to the world, which is to, you know, develop whatever you have or whatever your thing is to the highest level that you can, so that other people can benefit from it. Because realistically, I feel like isn't that the top of, like, I don't know, I feel like that's the best level of experience you can have in it. I feel like at that point where you're now benefiting other people from your thing, that's when you don't really have, when you're now benefiting other people with your talent, that's when I feel like you'd be most fulfilled. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the most fulfilling lifestyle that I can think of, especially if it makes you happy to do it and you know that's your gift, something that you have a passion for. So yeah, that's my my third thing that I want to talk about today. Okay, that's my 10-minute timer that I freestyled at work. I had to use my work laptop today. But yeah, that's my 10-minute timer. Thank you guys for checking in. Today's motto is speed over direction. What that means is that as long as you're going in the right direction, the speed that you go in doesn't really matter. It's funny because I was watching a video today. I posted a video on my Instagram story yesterday, and it was Jurgen Klopp, and he was talking. It was when he first got to Liverpool, and he's like, when you first arrive, what people think of you isn't really what matters. What matters is what they think when you've left. So when you think about it, it's kind of that same impact of like how fast you go. Like you can start the fastest in the world, but if it doesn't sustain, if it doesn't last, it doesn't mean anything. So I've taken that kind of, and I'm applying it to my own motto of direction over speed. You know, direction is something that as long as you're going in the right direction, eventually you always get there to where you always get to your destination as long as you're going in the right direction. But if you're going in the wrong direction, it doesn't matter how fast you go, you know, you ain't gonna get where you need to go. So yeah, speed is second to direction. Thank you guys for checking in today. It's been day 29. Love, peace. I hope you guys are looking forward to the new year. And yeah, do you know what? Pat on the back to me for doing it at work, because I was really like not gonna do it. But yeah, alright, peace. I'm out, guys. I don't even know what the camera is. Is it? Oh no, it's it.